sound.
From the beginner to the master, from the novice to the professional, from playing, experimenting with things to create a masterpiece. In our art is sound. Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, and this is sort of like a reunion show. Oh, yes, it is. I remember back in 2012, it was April 2012, and I was driving one of my fellow producers, Smile later of Smile Spread a Little Joy, and I was so excited because I remember a song way back then, in the 70s, 72 would be around there, called Fence Walk. And the group that did that was called Mandrill, and I was running around. She'd go, "What's this Mandrill business?" I said, "They're coming." And she said, "What do you mean you'll meet them?" Well, the rest is history, and I got them back again. Okay, it's going to be a new form, sort of like apes coming back to town. So we have Mandrill with one of the co-founders here. We have Doc Rick Wilson. We have Wilfredo, the Wolf Wilson, and a distant fist pump to his son, Corey.
Yes, indeed.
This here is Mandrill back in the flesh. I cannot tell you how excited I am. I cannot tell you, gentlemen, how excited I am to go back to the root where a lot of your music and entertainment touches. And too many young folk, not all, but too many young folk are not aware, and they just get the wrong assumption of things. So I'm going to hit my usual favorite question. That's going to throw you off for a loop, but it's a very simple question. The doc here knows that question coming. What makes Doc Doc?
Life and love. Those two things are so important, and particularly in these times.
Oh, yes, it is.
We need a lot of loving.
We do need a lot of
We
love.
really do. And
Yes.
that's an important part of
Amen.
what makes me, me.
Definitely. Okay, Wolf. What makes the wolf wolf?
Well, first of all, I think my mom and dad, when they, created us, it was a wonderful thing. And my cousin, Fiona, which is one of our female cousins, she came up to me one day in New York and said, "You remind me of the wolf. You have so many young ladies that love you." And it stuck. So that's it.
All right, Corey, who's made this very special trip for us, and we want to thank him for coming, but he may have to run soon. But what makes Corey Corey?
Oh, so many things. I wear a lot of hats, so I'd say what makes me is keeping busy creatively. I like to have hands in a lot of pots, and family is one of the main things for me. If you surround yourself with family and love, I think everything else will turn out just fine.
Amen to that. I like that hat. Now, for the sake of you, Corey, I'm going to go back to Doc. Normally, I hit you with this question. Okay, Doc, it's been too long, but I'm going to ask you this question. What was the very first sound you ever remember ever hearing?
We have been into rhythm all of our lives, and I remember rhythm from going back in Panama where we were born.
Yes.
To Brooklyn, New York. We have always been surrounded by rhythm, Caribbean, Afro-centric rhythm.
Thank you.
I remember that.
Yes, the sound of motherland.
That's right.
Okay, Wolf, what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
Well, as my brother was stated, coming from the Caribbean, I remember going to the beaches down in Panama, and the hitting of the waves, that was a constant sound that was so soothing and gave me some pleasures in just listening and feeling, and the heat and all that was just instilled. So that's probably the first place I got that.
We must be related because whenever I have to go get away from the city and the madness, especially in these times, I always got to be close to the sound of water.
Yes.
I prefer the ocean because it is such a force. But enough of me. Okay, Corey. What was the very first sound you ever remembered hearing?
You know what? That's tough. To me, it feels like my memory was voice. It was mother's voice, father's voice, and I remember gentle singing.
Gentle singing and your mother's voice.
Yeah.
That's very good. We're going to change things around because I understand one of my favorite groups of all time, Mandrill, is coming out with a new album, so y'all could just jump in and share. So we'll start with Doc. Tell us about the new album.
It's a very special time, LV. And first of all, we want to give thanks to you for having us back on Sounds Within. Just an amazing show.
The blessing is
also
mine.
have to give shout out to Sandra Trim da Costa, who's arranged for us to be
Thank
on,
you, Sandra. If you
on
watch
your
this,
show
we love you.
to begin with. And we really are in the process of completing album number 17.
17?
2016 is the year of the ape, and that's
Yes.
when the album is being completed. We will have it done before the year is out, and it'll be distributed in the early 2017. So this is an exciting time. We're coming back to real music, introducing our audience to real music, and it's a very special time, particularly in the days that we are dealing with,
Yes.
the troubled times.
Oh, yes.
Music has to be healing, and
Music
Mandrill
is healing.
music is healing,
Yes.
and we plan to bring it full force.
You always brought real music. When you say so, Wolf, you all always brought real music.
Without a doubt, man. That's one of the things that, the Mandrill brothers, the Wilson brothers especially, we grew up with that kind of feel at home, with moms in the kitchen cooking and, dad coming home from work and going through with the pots and pans and the little graters that we had at home. Practicing and doing those kind of situations was a wonderful training for us.
Real instruments at home
Yes.
always began with pots and pans.
That's right.
Well, we're going to take a little PSA break, breathe, take care of business. And when we come back, we're going to find out more about the album, which is called
Apes Back in Town.
Apes Back in Town. So
That's
I'll
right.
see you then, folks, within a minute.
Great.
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on every Friday, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. When I'm not producing that show, I like to watch James Jones Jr.'s show, which is called Anybody Can Play Guitar, which comes on Fridays at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. See you then. Hi, this is LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on Fridays, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. When I'm not producing that show, I like to watch Dan Nicewander's show called The Nowman Show, Thursdays at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Hey, this is LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. Hey, we having a reunion with my brothers from other mothers, Mandrill. So we're speaking of Dr. Rick Wilson, known as Doc, Wilfredo Wilson, known as the Wolf, and his son, Corey. So you can wave to mom and all that stuff. But otherwise, we're getting back to finding out about the apes in town.
Apes Back in Town. Yeah, APE''S, Apes Back in Town. It is an album of collaboration. We were very fortunate to, first of all, have the guidance of our late brother, Lewis Wilson.
Yes.
Who is smiling down from up above. And Lou was here with us back in
Yes, we had the
2012,
pleasure
and,
of having the very last public appearance of Lou Wilson
Absolutely.
here at our old studio, the Pasadena Media, when it was back there at Henstedt. But moving back on to find out more about the album. Tell us about the collaboration. Corey, how do you play a part in this album?
Well, I've been working with Rick, a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, getting things together as they do the recordings. I've been working a little bit with the sound and video and getting website together, you know, covering all the bases and making sure we're ready to launch worldwide because, you know, like you're saying, it's universal. We're trying to get that love, that global, you know.
Message of love.
Yeah, it's important.
And do you play or perform in the album as well, besides do all the tech work?
Well, about a week ago, I'd say no. Rick is roping me in on some vocal tracks, and it's new to me, so we're going to give it a try, but I'm having fun with it.
Oh, the reluctant performer.
Let me just say this. You listen to his voice, you can hear the deep richness. And,
A crooner, huh?
a crooner. He's a crooner.
Another wolf, huh?
He really is. And he's been kind of hiding behind all of the technical stuff. So we're dragging him out of there to contribute to what's happening. And he's doing an amazing job.
No doubt about it. You have no one but the best. And okay, Wolf, how do you play a part in the album?
Well, again, I've moved away from the city momentarily, but I come down periodically, and Doc and I go over certain areas of the album that we want done. I've been, you know, doing my vocalizing and my bass playing.
Oh, you play bass.
Yeah, and percussion as
Percussionist.
well. Yeah. So we've been incorporating all of that and trying to get this finished up where people can finally hear what we have, you know, done for them and just kind of have it released. So that's what
I got to take lessons from you. Okay, Rick, I know you always been the some say the jack of all trades. In your case, you're the master of all trades. What are you primarily doing in the album?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of the production stuff and contributing from a sax perspective, contributing vocally, percussion-wise, and just coordinating the process, coordinating the brothers. First of all, our brother Carlos sends his regard. He wasn't able to be here
That's okay.
today.
Tell him I
But
love him.
he loves you as
We
well.
all love him.
And has played a significant role in this album. Even Lou, who is
Blessings
with
to
us
the man.
from above, has played a major role in the album. I talked about collaboration. We've had so many individuals that are contributing, from Roy Ayers
Roy
to
Ayers.
Roy's on the album. Roy's on a couple of tracks on the album. Ron Carter, the great Ron Carter,
Oh, then more.
actually
yes.
was with us on our first 2 or 3 albums. Ron Carter played bass on our first 3 albums, and he's back with us again.
Oh,
And,
thank goodness. I
individuals.
love Ron. He's a
Gerald
monster.
Albright is on the album. Kamasi Washington is on the album, and on and on. There's some amazing musicians that have come on board to contribute to that collaboration, and we look forward to putting it out to the people.
So you're pulling out all stars.
All stars.
Yes, we are.
So
All stars.
to say that Mandrill is back, bringing back that album called The Apes Back in Town.
That's it.
Wow.
May I say this, just giving props to the great fine artist by the name of Bernard Hoyes, Hoyes.
Yes, tell us about Bernard.
Bernard collaborated with us in creating the cover of the album. It's an amazing cover.
Yeah.
Our niece, Lou's daughter, Kira, is doing a lot of the graphics behind the scenes, putting
Really?
it all together. And
Oh, wow.
that's getting ready. That will be an amazing package when it's all completed as well.
Well, thank you for showing what you just did. It is an amazing piece of work, what we see here. And I hear you are in collaboration with other singers.
Yes. There's a young man whose name is Jesse Flores,
Yes.
part of a group called Voodoo Cafe out of the Southwest,
Yes.
out of, I think he's in Austin, Texas, an amazing singer. And we actually performed with him at a club in Beverly Hills, and we formed a beautiful relationship. And he's contributing to a song on the album called Summer in the City.
Summer
And
in the
it's
City.
a collaboration, a beautiful collaboration. The vocals of the Wilsons, the music of the Wilsons, along with his music and his voice as well. So there's a lot to look forward to on the album.
We're going to get back to this because I hear you have a singer in common called Dwight Tribble.
Dwight is amazing. Dwight was with us.
Yes.
In fact, I was trying to. He was invited to join us on this particular show, but Dwight is now in Europe. He's touring Europe right now.
I understand. Dwight is a very important force and voice in our culture and performance. We're going to take another little PSA break. And when we get back, we're going to talk more about the production of the album and all that's going behind it and what the goals will be. So, folks, do what you got to do for that next minute or so, because Sounds Within will return to you then.
Great.
Be right back. Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. This show comes on every Friday at 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. However, when I need to really have something to smile about, I tune in every Saturday, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. to watch Smile, Spread a Little Joy with Smile Lady, aka Dr. Deborah Johnson. So tune in then. See you then. Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on Fridays, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Hey, be sure you tune in and watch Thursday Night Live with Jeff Hodge, Thursday at 10 p.m. See you then.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hi, LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. Due to obligations and paying bills, our dear brother Corey had to leave, but we still have his dad and his uncle here. And I'm speaking of the Wilson family with Doc Rick Wilson here and his brother Wilfredo, better known as the Wolf. Well, anyways, we're talking about that album, which Corey's part of, but you're going to fill in the pieces about him. So tell us about what was going on. You were mentioning names, and we're going to find out how it all came together and why.
Let me jump. I'll let Wolf speak in a minute, but we talked about the great Dwight Tribble.
Yes, we did.
We didn't really say enough about him. But Dwight is just an amazing force. It reminds me of back in the day of Leon Thomas, who toured with Pharoah Sanders.
Oh, Pharoah Sanders.
Leon was a powerful vocalist. Anyway, Dwight is of that is in that ilk.
Indeed, he is.
A powerhouse. The other thing that Dwight is doing that bears mentioning right now, he is the new director of the World Stage in Leimert Park, and doing an amazing job revitalizing that facility. He's right next door to the great Barbara Morrison and her performing arts studio. Barbara Morrison also has a new museum, a jazz museum that's being put in place in Leimert Park, which is developing into an amazing art center. It's really a very special thing to behold. And any way that we can participate in it, we've been sharing some things with Mrs. Morrison and with Dwight Tribble, and we will be playing a role in the development of the arts in that area. It's a very special thing that's going on now.
I understand a dear friend, a close friend of ours, who also is a producer here, who has a show called Smile and Spread a Little Joy. Smile Lady may be part of this project.
She absolutely is. She's doing a vocal session with.
She's doing a vocal session
with the great Barbara Morrison, doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff as well in terms of putting forth the word about what Barbara Morrison is doing. Barbara's working with some amazing individuals. In fact, Smile Lady interviewed Tim Morganfield recently, who's Barbara's right-hand person, and they're just doing some amazing work there. And let me not hog the floor, Wolf.
I'm just, I'm listening to what you're saying, because I've been like moved away from this area, so being particularly involved with all these, personal people that's doing some great things at this time. It's been kind of, hectic for me, because every time something's happening, I got to come down and be a part of it so I can, you know, get my input and listen out for the good things that's coming with this. So, I mean, I'm very, very pleased with all the folks that we have involved in taking care of this album that we're getting ready to be released. And I mean, it's just amazing and it's great happenings. So I just want everybody that's watching that knows about Mandrill, get involved and, you know, pick up the album once it's released and we will take it in different places.
Spread a little joy on
Yes.
that one.
Yeah, a little joy.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
love,
Yes.
like you were
A little
saying.
Lord.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
also share it with your kids, share it with the youth. And that's one of the reasons that Corey is involved with us. Not only Corey, but Corey and my son and daughter. Everyone is contributing to the process in any way that they can.
It's a family affair.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
family
Yes, it is.
affair, and that's a special thing.
Yes.
And we're reaching out to the youth of today as well, and they're helping to do that. And that's very, very
No
very cool.
doubt about it. You know what? We always talk about, I remember back in the day, where a lot of kids, especially when they listen to too much technology and stuff, and do not connect with instruments, they remove themselves of their own rich history and DNA. And I remember being critiqued for not listening to enough, quote, black music. And I responded back to the young man at the time, my main love is African bass music. I don't care where it's from and who it's from. But if it has that motherland thing in it, their touch, you're not. Well, we're getting near the end of our episode for this segment. I need to hear for you 30 seconds of, okay, we'll give it to Wilfredo. What are your words of wisdom to the future wolves?
Well, just, you know, pay attention to words of mom and dad, first of all. Listen to all the good facts that they tell you. They've been there, okay, been through all life's issues, and just kind of take part in what you love, what you feel you want your heart to be a part of. You take part of that and do whatever you feel is righteous, and just enjoy yourself as you're going through those phases.
Okay, and you, Doc?
I believe, just continuing from where Wolf left off, that we are blessed by having the opportunities of today, particularly with the internet. It can be a curse and a blessing, but there are a lot of positive things that we can gain from it. Most importantly, the communication, sharing our wisdom with the youth, sharing our wisdom with other individuals. And I think that's an important thing. The other word of wisdom that I have is for young people, follow your passion. Don't let anybody tell you that, you know, you can't do this or you can't do that. If you feel it in your heart, you can achieve it.
Just do it.
You can achieve it. And then thirdly, we must realize that our great democracy is not a spectator sport.
No, it's
We
not.
have to get involved. If we're gonna, the power is in the hands of the people, and if we wanna influence our lives in a positive manner, we gotta get involved.
And we'll leave it right there. Catch you another episode of Sounds Within. See you then.
Hey, I'm James,
Hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Jasper.
and together we're Anna Lee and the Authorities. Come check out LV Smith's show on The
Sound Within.
Okay. Hello, this is Nice Wonder, the Now Man Show, and I'm here at Politicon with our founding fathers right now.